Welcome back, know-it-alls. I guess listening to part one of Pull My Hair Please with Dora Cote was interesting enough for you to come back and listen to part two of Pull My Hair Please with Dora Cote, which will begin right after this.
Again, lights are on. Daylight somewhere. I can't talk about that shit too late, right?
Fair enough.
My
mom's three friends that listen to the show are going to be kind of disgusted at this point.
Oh,
or aroused.
I think right at the beginning, we're like semen on an A&W burger. Yes, please. Like
they're looking around for their husband. Like, hey, sweetie, can we go to A&W tonight? That's what they're doing.
I want to get that Papa burger, honey.
I want the daddy
need
burger.
it.
Can you imagine going through drive-thru? Can I get the daddy burger? Do you mean the I want the big daddy burger?
I want the big daddy extra cream mayo and root beer and a root beer.
With onion rings, please.
Yep, and a side of ketchup. Thank you so much. You gotta get a little ketchup in there. Amazing. Oh my god.
So when we were chatting a couple weeks ago, you were like ignoring texts and stuff, and then you said that there was like power outages. You're like, I finally got shit up and running, and I was like, I thought for sure that like Tumor was back, because
I know
it was the same sort of thing, with like very sporadic answers and like not like full sentences. I'm like, does she have another tumor?
You're like, wait, I remember this shit.
Yeah.
This bitch is getting all fucked up again. No, she's working like an asshole. I
was like, does she remember it? Does she know what's happening? Because I know what's
happening. It's a funny story. I do got to come to Alberta just to go see doctors. I can't get a doctor here. I can do virtual care and all this shit, but I'm planning on coming to Alberta, so I'll see you in a couple weeks.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm usually at work, and now I'm a Cancun guy, so
cool. Yeah, right.
It's just who I am, right?
Just who you are. Yeah, that's right.
Who I am.
So yeah, I gotta come down there and see a doctor. But no, other than that, I've been working like a crazy fucking fiend. Like, so we get these crazy ass storms. Like, I always joke. So it's my first winter out in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and they get their winter 2 days at a time. Like usually for us, but it's a fucking cold snap from October to like March. And it's just varying degrees of frostbite. And if you got to plug in your car. So, which they don't do here. It doesn't get that cold. They don't plug in cars here. So, but they do get these little storms called nor'easters. And my favorite analysis of Nova Scotian people, and for all of you who are listening, 3 out of 4, because I know your mom's not a new fate, but they can't drive worth a shit, but they know how to ride out a storm. They are some hardy people. You know what I mean? They can't drive, and it's okay. I'll try not to hold it against them, but in a storm, they know how to go through a fucking storm because they get one every 4 days in the winter, and it's like knocks out power everywhere. I don't know how they don't, safeguard against this for future happenings.
Is it what? Is it poles getting knocked down?
Transformers blowing. Shit does get coated in ice because we get like flash freezing. It's called. My first time I've heard of a flash freezing warning before, because we had like rain for 3 fucking days, then ice rain, and everything was coated in a 1/4 inch. It was like like a skating rink, literal. My truck, I had to like crack through it, and it was like spider webs of breaking to get through into it, just so I could get to the truck, so I could turn it on and then like melt out the ice casing of it. So because out here all they use is propane, it just fucks propane regulators, because as soon as the regulator is covered in ice, gas don't flow. And if gas don't flow, guess what? Your house is getting cold. And you're calling me like, little girl, please fix my boiler. It doesn't fire. So there's only so many of us that know how to do this shit. So it's just been like running like a... We had one storm so bad. So there's these things on bigger buildings. And you would probably have one on yours called a rooftop unit. Some of them provide air conditioning and heat. Well, this one provided heat, and it got blown off the top of a roof
Holy fuck.
and crashed maybe 6 feet away from a bank of 8 420-liter propane tanks, ripped out a fucking 1-inch gas line flying in the air. Just this fucking gas, just you hear.
Why are you
Train
laughing?
down-
That's terrible.
Oh, whatever. Sorry. The train's humor. Poor cunts. But so it was an unoccupied building. I will preface this. So it was not entirely like a fucking bomb hazard. And it did happen outside. So the LELs of explosive limits and all that shit were well within range of just being a stinky gas, and God, don't stand next to the tanks and light a cigarette. But other than that, you're fine. So then also out here, what they do is, because of these propanes tanks everywhere, they got trucks that drive around with propane and filling all these tanks.
Is it like the horizontal propane tanks, like those huge ones you see, like at like the Husky gas?
So we call those bullets. And so
is that what it is? Those?
no. So what's everywhere is it almost looks like a huge one that's underneath your barbecue. So the one underneath your barbecue is a 20-liter. Yeah. These ones are 420-liter tanks. So they stand about 5 foot tall. It's like a 5 foot tall barbecue tank that's like 3 feet fucking wide. So those are everywhere. Little bombs waiting to happen.
And those heat houses? Like that's what they're using?
That's what they're using, because they don't have the infrastructure in place for natural gas. And they're starting to phase out oil, because oil is even fucking scarier, in my opinion. But these guys are way more used to oil than they are for fuel. So what they do with these propane tanks is they have like these fuel drivers everywhere that drive around. So one week, I swear to God, me and my boss were following this one fucking truck driver. So on these valves, these fill valves, there's like a little side snifter valve that they leave it open so that they fill it up until they can smell propane. And then they know that the fucking tank is full. Well, because their truck is running and it's so loud, sometimes they can't hear that after they disconnect the fucking propane hose. I don't know how. I'm going to assume the odorant in the gas is starting to get to the fuckers, or a little bit of too much meth. I'm not sure.
I mean, if they're constantly smelling it to smell
something's wrong. Something's happening. Yeah.
Is there not a better system to be like, oh yeah, that line there?
There's got to be, because I think it's just the Alberta in me. I don't know, but I'm just like, you guys are fucking crazy out here. Still don't know how to drive with a ship. They're crazy. And they're like, oh, we're going to do it our way, boy. That's the worst fucking accent ever. So I don't even care who I have been. I find everybody. But so I have to go to this one call where they're like, there's a gas leak. I'm like, okay, what the fuck? I pull up and it's solid, like just gas.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking Die Hard movie. You're like, oh God, McCain's getting fucking blown out of something. So I get there and I don't have a lot of experience with these propane tanks. So my fucking poor boss is kind of like talk me through all this shit, right? So he's like, okay, go to the side of the valve. I'm taking a picture. Take a picture. Okay. He's like, park the truck far away and shut it off. I'm like, oh, okay. Because I can just hear the fucking gas. And again, we're talking about 8 420 liters. So I don't know. It's got to be what? 3,400 liters of liquid propane. That's quite a bit. And just spewing out the side of this valve as he's explaining to me how to tighten it, because these drivers will leave them wide fucking open, drive away, and it's pissing. So these poor people cooking in a restaurant,
so they
shut everything down.
They fill it, they leave it open so it just drains after they leave?
Yep.
Hank Hill would lose his fucking mind.
He'll lose his mind, right? Oh my God. So I tell my boss all the time, I'm like, you know what? Half of your fucking job, if you're out west, wouldn't exist, because half the problem is the delivery and the supply of fucking propane. It's crazy. It just boggles my fucking mind.
But I mean, you like that because they pay you to fix what they are too stupid to do.
Oh my God. I've had such stupid calls. So I had one. So this is the worst call I've had actually ever in my career. And this just happened a couple weeks ago. So this ice storm I told you about, I had a service call that I had to go back. It was a no heat call. Figured out to a couple of parts typically what causes these boilers to fail. And when I get to the site, like, so this is the day that we have the ice rain, literally fucking ice rain. And I drive a 1-ton truck. Like, I drive the beefiest fucking work truck you've ever seen, with a space cap and about 800 pounds of shit on the back. So I'm a walking disaster waiting to happen, especially on an ice path. So I come to this place where I've got to do this repair, and I'm so ginger with the me coming to their driveway because I can see it's icy, and I try to stop way back, but I lose friction and slide my truck all the way down their driveway. And those like Doric style columns that hold up
Yep.
like patio shit, right?
Yep.
Those cheap wood ones, they're fucking hollow, right? From
Yeah.
Home Depot. So I hit this thing. Okay. Now you got to gain some perspective here. I'm driving, as I said, huge, heavy truck. I maybe move this hollow wood, fucking 6-inch log thing 6 inches out. Okay. So I call the homeowners and I'm like, okay, man, listen, I've just slid down your driveway. I've just kind of moved this support a little bit out of the way. I think I can get it back in. It looked like I could get it back, pop it back in. It's still raining as this is happening. I tell them that I'm refusing to get out of my truck because they need to bring out some salt or something because it's glare ice. I'm not getting out of my truck. So they come out and they're like, oh, acting like it's no big deal that there's a layer of water now on a 1/2-inch ice layer. So they start throwing out salt and shit. And we're all surveying the damage. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. But I said, I slid from up there. And, this is all. And I mean, it's like two flimsy little like if I was doing any speed, I would have gone into their backyard. But nothing would have been stopping that one truck. So I explained to them, I call my boss. I let my boss know what's going on. Take a picture. I start to try to do the repair on this fucking boiler. Well, now this became a nightmare. So they're calling my boss, telling them that I wrecked a barbecue all of a sudden. And I'm like, what barbecue? this should have been, and that now that they need to see my insurance cards for the truck because this is immense damage. And I'm like, but it's not. And like, I've got all the, like, I took a little video from my boss before I even called the homeowners, telling them that I hit the pole. And then everything. So no barbecue. So they're trying to get the thing out of my barbecue and the barbecue out of my boss and all this other shit. And I'm like, Josh, I hit it with a 1-ton truck. Like if I was actually moving, I said, they're the ones liable. They knew I was coming over. I called them before. And if they don't salt their driveway, they know I was coming. Right. I wouldn't have walked down that driveway either if I if I didn't go down it, but I didn't know. Anyway, so I'm still trying to fix their fucking boiler. And I'm having a hard time because I'm going through all these different troubleshooting scenarios. I'm talking to the tech support guy. I'm going through all this stuff, and it's just nothing that it should typically be. And it was really starting to cause me some grief.
Yeah.
And so the wife, and it's like, a Middle Eastern family, and I'm not trying to sound racist. So she's like all up in my face. Oh, maybe we should get someone better than you. And I'm like, oh, no, you got the top girl. Like there ain't nobody else better at this than me. Well, I need somebody, you need like to suggesting that I need to have a man.
Well, yeah, obviously.
To do the job. So I started to laugh, which wasn't very well received. Because I was like, I said, oh my God, are you trying to tell me you think I need to have a fucking man on the job? Yeah. And then I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry about my French. I said, it wasn't really French, was it? And I said, no. I said, you got the best girl for the job. I said, let me figure it out. I'm on the phone with tech support. Her husband gets all weird with me now. He's now yelling at me. He grabs my work phone, physically grabs my work phone out of my fucking hand that I'm talking to the MTI tech support, trying to figure out their boiler, right? So long story short, I'm getting yelled at so much by this family now because I'm not figuring out the boiler. That the tech support guy.
So are you automatically turned on and think this is it? This is your future? This is your husband?
Right. I'm like, oh man, why? This is why I didn't start an OnlyFans page.
You like
just so I could have this.
Like, hit me right here. Hit me right here. I want to love you. Please
degrade me, spit right in my eye, and then kick me right here. Thank you. So pull my hair, please. Oh God, great. So I was like, oh my God, the NTI tech support's like, is everything okay, ma'am? Are you all right? Do you need help? I'm like, oh fuck, I'll be fine. Let's figure out this goddamn boiler. So long story short, I ran into a family of con artists. So when I ripped apart this fucking gas valve, I've never seen this before. It was a perfect little wasp nest. I'll send you a picture on my phone. Yeah. It's fucking crazy what I ran into. And then the guy me's like, what are you? And I'm like, oh my God. And like, I send a picture to the anti-tech support. He's like, well, that's got to be a problem. He's like, it's like, usually we see dead birds in there. I was like, oh my God, thank God it wasn't a dead fucking bird. I wouldn't be able to finish the job. I just start crying and leave. So then the homeowner's like, oh, why do you think that's there? That's the company's fault. I'm like,
Yes,
I don't think so, buddy.
lost.
But you know, I'm like, I'm all good. I'm just gonna button this up. Boom, your boiler works. See you later. Call my boss. I'm like, I'm the fuck out of there. I'm never going back. I was like, they're shysters. They're trying to get a free boiler. Because you know exactly what happened. Well, I do. So, because like just the way that they were so on me that they knew that they fucked something up and that they were trying to deflect. Do you know what I mean? Like usually when people are loud or blustery, they're trying to dazzle you with bullshit. In my opinion, I think there's a bug's nest, an old one, because it wasn't like a new bug's nest. We're talking about the middle of the. I think they've seen it growing on their exhaust pipe, and I think they went to bat it off, and I think it got sucked down into their intake pipe.
Makes sense.
Because it's a totally strong airflow, and it restricts down to a tiny venturi. So yeah, boom, the fucking wasp nest just perfectly fit into the gas valve and wasn't allowing it to fire because can't get fucking gas through a wasp nest. So yeah, it was interesting. And then I was told later that I guess they did this with another female technician. Like,
Genius.
but I guess that girl cried and left. So I guess they didn't laugh in her fucking face and then
They probably should have hit her and pulled her hair.
So I just said to my boss, I was like, well, I'm never going to that fucking house again. And you better get yourself a lawyer, because I think by the sounds of it, they're trying to pick a fight with anything. Like they're trying to get a free boiler. They're trying to get a barbecue. Like, where the fuck is this barbecue that I imagine you did tips? Like, what the fuck? So yeah, that's my craziness. Welcome to Nova Scotia. I think the funniest thing. So I work with some really amazing men, and like my boss is fucking pretty sweet. I'm so lucky. I love my job. So I have my helper, Chris, motherfucker. I'm gonna tell him to listen to this too, just so you can hear this part too. That cut. So he's funny as fuck, and I do get a kick out of him. So one day he, unbeknownst to me, had drawn a fucking dick on one of my pipe wrenches, like right at the head of my pipe wrench. And it's got like a pretty hairy nutsack on it. No veins, like he could have given a little bit more attention to detail, right? Yeah. Way to go, right. Powers, you lazy fuck. He could have drawn at least a nice veiny cock for me, but now he's just cheap. So I don't notice this. And I'm at an install for a furnace. And as usual, one of the only females on site, whatever. And I pull out my wrenches and I'm just, working with both my wrenches and then kind of watching the other men. And they're just like, because when men see a woman holding a foreign dick in the wild, they're like, oh, she wants me. She's using her dick wrench. Oh, so they always look like from me they're looking at the dick to me. And I'm like, the fuck are they looking at? You know what I mean? Like, I know they're looking at me, but I don't know what they're looking at first. And then I turn, I'm like, oh, and I instantly knew it. I was like, fucking Powers!
You're like, oh, I apologize, but this wrench looks like it's a two-hander, not a one.
I was like, yeah, this is my dick hitting wrench. Don't misinterpret that little cock on there. It's meant for hitting cock. They're like, I don't know. I'm like, I didn't draw it. I said, I had to draw a big beefy one, not this little actual the size. Yeah.
Triumphant motherfucker.
Yeah, so I had to call Powers. I'm like, listen, you don't have to draw dicks to actual size. You just try to flatter yourself when you're doing artwork, like
my fucking employees. I hired a bunch of kids that are all friends with each other. They're all high school kids.
Yeah.
Whenever one of them orders something to eat, they get their food with a box, right? And as soon as they walk away, the other people open the box and start drawing dicks and vaginas and titties and like all of it. And I don't know why, but it just makes me happy to see that. It's right. Like, just let them be them. You know what I mean?
Just let them be them, right?
And then there's this little poster on our pop cooler on the backside, like facing the back where we work. And it's like, does your workplace have sexual harassment? Does your workplace bully you? And I'm looking at this sign. I'm like, I'm pretty sure all of the drawings they just put on this for their friends.
Yeah, it's solid sexual harassment. Yeah,
constitutes as some sort of harassment.
Someone's being objectified.
Being the guy who owns the place, I should probably do something about it. But
you got to be a better ally.
I think I'm giving them a better life than that. You know what I mean? Like they can leave their school and their friends and their home to come to a place where it's okay to do this with each other and nobody gets hurt from it, right?
And it's fun.
And,
You get to see what an actual sense of humor what it used to be like to have, you know?
I mean, I'm not drawing those things. I'm laughing whenever they draw them. But we have a girl that works for us, right? She's a little sister of an old employee of ours, one of our old managers.
Yeah.
So she's working there, and I was like, every time the teenage boys are saying shit, I was like, hey, you're a girl in the room, and she turns around, she goes, oh yeah, no, it's totally fine. I just you can say whatever you want. I just did a drawing on the bathroom. If you guys want to go take a look at the door, and I go walk over to the door, and it says I got one of the signs from Home Depot where it's like men, woman bathroom. So there's like a symbol for both, and then the word bathroom, and it's up on the wall, on the outside. It's up on the outside of the door.
Yeah.
And then she drew a dick on both the girl and the male on it. And she's like, it's an all-inclusive bathroom. So if you're a chick with a dick, you can use it. I was like, okay, maybe I don't have to say, hey, no girl in the room, because she's drawing chicks with dicks.
Hey man, that bitch does what she's searching up on Pornhub. You don't fucking know what those little kids are doing these days.
That's all I
It's
search up
getting
on
real.
Pornhub.
That's right.
That's it.
Chicks with dicks.
That's all I need. They're like Hannah Montana to me. They're the best of both worlds.
Well, you know, and they're so polite.
They are.
Yes.
It's because they
I
want
love
that-
you, trans. I'm not no transphobic. Don't you get me wrong. Love all
Well,
you
I mean,
trannies.
I'd be pretty offended because that's the only porn I watch. So, hey, your words could offend me if I could
Yeah,
ever
true
be
enough.
offended. Doubtful, but maybe.
Doubtful. I don't think so. I don't think it's fucking possible.
Probably not. I was on the plane watching TV shows I never watched before because I had access to stuff. And I've seen a couple episodes of Letterkenny.
Okay.
Have you ever watched Letterkenny?
No, nothing beyond the commercials. Like I know it's supposed to be like what? Iowa, small town, or Alberta,
No, it's
small
Canada.
town.
It's
Oh, it is. Oh, okay.
And there's one guy who sounds like he's straight out of Newfoundland or Nova Scotia.
Oh
in the
shit,
group.
no, I haven't watched it yet.
I'm not gonna tell you which ones to watch because I only watched like 3 episodes, but they only
Okay.
had like season 9 episodes 1, 2, and 3. You need to watch season 9. Just Google Letterkenny season 9 episode 1, and it'll come up and you can watch. Just watch the first like 17 minutes out of it, and I swear to God, right after we get off this podcast, you watch it and then text me. You will be in fucking stitches. You'll be laughing your ass off. You'll be like, this is my spirit animal. This show is my spirit animal.
You're like, I'll be like, I need everything about this show. Okay, Letterkenny.
It's like the in-betweeners, right? Once you watch, you can't stop.
Oh shit! Okay, but you only watched 3 episodes.
That's all I watched because that's all they had on the plane.
Oh, but now you're addicted.
And it's on Crave, and I don't have Crave, so I want to watch it. So I'm just gonna see if I can just use my Android box to finish it. But oh my god, it's called Buck and Doe, season 9, episode 1.
Okay.
Buck and Doe.
Buck and Doe.
Oh my god, hilarious!
I'll totally check that out.
So I hate to like chat and run, but I do have to run. But before I run, I do have a thing here for Would You Rather.
Oh God, I've got one for you. I found a terrible one. You want to go first?
Do you want me to ask first, or do you want to ask me first?
Yeah, sure. You ask first then.
Because yours sounds like it's probably way more epic than mine. So I want to save the best for last, right?
Oh, that's a lot of pressure, but I'll take it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we already talked about hating fat pregnant chicks and putting palm on A&W burgers. So, I mean, it can only go
We've covered
up
some
from
ground
there,
tonight.
right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well.
Well, maybe not.
Well, yeah.
Anyway. All right.
All right.
So, would you rather be from royalty during the time of the pyramids, where you have to procreate with siblings in order to carry on the pure bloodline? You have 4 brothers, so you are essentially forced to have sex with these 4 guys and pop out babies as much as possible.
Okay.
That's your first one.
Fuck.
Or would you rather be from the time of the pyramids, but you're a slave, and you're forced to build the catacombs and passageways within the pyramids, but in doing so, you essentially are left dead and buried once the passageway has been completed because it's always a one-way trip.
Fuck. God damn it. Well, it looks like I'll be fucking my brothers. 'Cause I'm lazy. That's a lot of rock work, and I guess, hey, step bro, or I guess, hey, bro, I don't know. Oh, that sucked because, like, they were ugly, too. Like, do you see what happened with them?
Well, it's because they're all...
sway
They're all-
back hips. Like there's
They're
some
all
shit going
inbred,
on
right?
there. Yeah, right.
You're having sex with your inbred brother to have inbred children.
You're like,
So
I
think about,
hope this one has cloven hooves. I really hope this one
do you think
has the
that
most cleft palate that can ever be clefted.
do you think they're going to be banging you while you're pregnant, knowing that you can't get pregnant, or do you think it's just like every 9 months you got to bang four of
Well,
them to
I
get
think
pregnant?
in order to secure my safety, I don't ever tell them which one I'm bearing at the same time. But I tell each one of my brothers that I'm bearing his.
Oh, beautiful.
Do you know what I mean? But truly, it's the fucking milkman out back. Because fuck, I'm just banging my brother's fun. I'm not
Or
having
it'll be,
babies.
or it'll be your dad,
Yeah.
since he's probably banging you too. At least in this lifetime,
I'm gonna cover
you
my
get to know who
bases.
your dad is.
Yeah, whatever that benefit that's served me. I don't know. We'll fucking figure that out yet. Jesus Christ.
All right, so you're fucking your brother's number one because you're lazy.
Yeah,
that's it?
totally.
Alright.
Fuck. I'm being honest here. Like, do you really want to build a fucking? Do you see? They have like a fucking metal stick and a hammer.
Yeah,
That's how they built shit.
yeah, and somehow they built
Or I'm
pyramids.
sucking on my brother's dick.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can't get
You
pregnant
know?
from. Wait, can you get pregnant from doing that?
Oh, if I don't gotta suck the dick, that's even easier. Why not just like put the sheet up, boys? Let's go. Get the hole out. Let's pretend we're Hutterites today. Let's do it.
I don't think they knew what that was back then, but although I would volunteer for that job if they came
Right?
to my work. They're like, we need some new blood in our little convent out here. Would you like to wear the sheet? I'm like, done.
Right?
Let's do this.
You're like, that's absolutely it. You're like, yes, please. I would love
It's
to wear
like-
this sheet.
It's like a glory hole, but you know there's a girl on the other end.
You're like, do you have something in floral patterns? See, this pinstripe isn't really doing it for me right now.
Yeah, and can you
Yeah.
like spit on me while this is happening?
Can someone grab my neck and just I can call them daddy?
Please.
Somebody have a little thumb in my bum. Somebody give me a little fucking prostate fucking massage. That would be great.
I think you mean a big prostate massage. Little, just put in the effort, right? It's like drawing the dick on your wrench, but without a vein. Come on, man.
Right?
Do the work.
Just do the work.
Do the work.
Reach around, a little spit.
Did I say 2 fingers? I meant fist me. Come on.
I meant, let's do this German style. You're gonna
I need a shit
make like
table.
I'm a piston, and you're gonna shit right for a month. That's what's gonna happen.
I had a shit night for the last week because I was eating these charcoal pills in Mexico.
Oh, is that what they're calling them these days?
Well, yeah. Mexican penis is called charcoal pill. They open. Apparently, they open your. They absorb the poisons within your intestinal tract. So anything your body's used to having, it's what they give people who get poisoned. They throw charcoal pills down their throat, and the charcoal absorbs the poison.
Oh.
It absorbed all the shit my body wasn't used to having, and I had normal bowel movements my entire trip. And then when I got back,
nice.
it was black. But it's
You're like,
I'm fine
what
now.
color is this in the poop book? This is a green. They cover black.
I do have a poop swatch that I go through
I
regularly.
know
to
that
make sure
white
I'm
is really bad. White shit's real bad.
like a bird.
Yeah. Yeah, just like that. But
Okay,
apparently you can have white poops, and if you do, it's bad. So you should know that right now.
I'll be on the lookout for bad
All
poop.
4 of you listeners out there, you listen to
Yeah.
Dora right now.
Oh well,
You have
after
a
this
white
show,
poop.
we'll probably only have my mom left because they're not coming back.
We're picking up at least one person. Don't you worry. We're gonna get one more follower.
All right. Would you rather
Yes.
have both of your nipples cut off with pruning shears?
Oh fuck! Why?
I don't know. I don't make these up. Just kidding. I made these up.
Okay.
Or would you rather be the person in charge of cleaning the walls and floors in a peep show, but you have spermatophobia, which is a fear of semen?
Oh no.
However, the job you have is the only connection that you have to your grandfather, as he owns and runs the peep show. He's close to passing away, but you really want to spend time with him, and
Fucking God.
even though you live together, you only see each other at the peep show. So this is the only place that you can bond.
Or just simply cut my nipples off with pinky
With
shears.
pruning shears.
Pruning shears. Fuck,
Those big ones.
you're really selling these cutting nipples off. Oh, I gotta think about that for a minute. All right. So I love my grandpa, obviously, because if I'm
Obviously.
willing to clean spooge that I'm terrified of. So obviously this is important to me to be there, or I'm cutting my nipples off.
Yeah.
Now, is it just boom? I just have to cut my nipples off once, and that's it.
Well, are they going to grow back?
Are they?
I don't know. I've never sliced my nipples
I don't
off.
think they ever will. I don't know. I'm not really. My kid bit me once when I was breastfeeding, and I swear to fucking God I'd kill him. But nothing really seemed to happen. They seemed to be fine.
Okay.
But
so
I don't know if they would grow back. Okay.
They get chopped off. You don't get them back.
So then I don't have to get them chopped off again. But this is my grandfather, so I'm assuming every day I'm now going to go clean up some scary semen.
But how sensitive are your nipples? Do you not like them on your body?
I love them. And that's why I'm having a hard time with this. Because it's like, I hate cleaning. Do we not remember the first part of this? I said I'd fuck my brothers because I'm lazy.
But you're also scared of semen.
And I'm also scared of semen, so I've got to clean, which I hate. I got to hate cleaning something I'm fearful of. So you'd be like asking me to go sweep up the cockroaches in the cockroach room just so I can spend time with my grandpa? I don't think I love anybody that much.
So you're going to get your nipples chopped off even though you love your nipples?
Yep. I love my nipples more than I could think I could love a grandfather. Cut my nipples off. Yep. Fuck my brothers with no nipples. That's what's happening.
You did combine them. There you go.
I felt I had no other choice. I felt I was led here.
I don't know which ones I would choose because, well, I think me fucking my 4 brothers still wouldn't have children, so I would probably end up dying in a pyramid.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that. Yeah. Right? You're like, that's why I don't care.
If I think about me in that situation, I want to live the life of luxury. Feed me a grape, fan me. Sure, yeah, I got to fuck my brothers. But you know what? Who doesn't do that regularly, right?
Exactly. Right? Step bro here. It's a whole fucking whole genre now.
Well, especially like where you're living, it just makes sense. It's what they do.
Right. Because it's so goddamn cold when the wind whips up during a nor'easter. When the fucking power goes out, they just don't know where they are. So mistakes happen.
And they also don't care. They just want to stay warm.
Care. They don't give a shit. They know how to ride out a storm. Oh, yeah.
They like that pure blood. That's what they're
at. The pure, so you know the curse of the Oak Island. That's how you get to it. That's what I've been told anyway. You ready for your Would You Rathers?
I'm ready. I'm scared, but I'm ready.
You should be scared. Hang on. I'll be right back. I got to find them. Quick.
Okay.
Oh, you can still hear me. Excellent.
I can.
Good. Okay, you ready? I'm going to read the first one, and then I'll put my video back on.
Let's do it.
Okay, here we go. Would you rather? And when I read these, so I didn't make them up, but I found them. And this was an intense 2 hours of searching the fucking internet. You're welcome.
Oh, hey, thank you.
You're welcome. And then I read these, and I instantly was like, these are perfect for Clay. So here I go. Would you rather have to sexually bite your lip at the end of every conversation you have, regardless of the scenario, like, Oma's dead, Mom, right? Or would you rather have to moan after every bite of food?
Oh, my God.
I thought of you instantly. I was like, oh, fuck. If anyone's going to have a hard time picking, this is going to be you. Yeah, I know. Like,
I mean, I like to eat. I eat a lot, and I like trying new things, and I think I'd like to have a YouTube channel where I'm trying new foods, and I'm essentially having an orgasm after every bite, no matter what it is. No matter what it is.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to try this new jalapeno lime burger at A&W.
Yeah, but you have to order it first. I need a lime burger from A&W. I'm
probably gonna change the tone from time to time. I don't want to be a consistent, the same kind of moan, so I'm gonna be all over the map.
Ooh.
And then maybe I'm going to a Greek restaurant. They're like, hey, we have a new recipe for our chicken lemonado. Would you like to try? I was like, yeah, I'll take that for dinner, right? I put it down. I grab my fork. I grab my knife. I cut it. I put it in my mouth. I do one little bite, and I just look up at them longingly, like this is the greatest moment of my life.
They're dialing 911. They're like, oh, fuck, this guy again. Every day. Every fucking day with this guy.
All I know is that when I go to a restaurant after the first couple bites, I'm gonna have the place to myself, and that's not a bad thing. You're gonna get the occasional creepy old dude who's gonna be sitting in the corner just eyeballing you, like sucking on his finger, like nodding.
Oh my god.
Then I'm gonna have to make a decision. Do I want to procreate with this man and have inbred children?
Terrible.
Yep, I'm going with moaning after every bite of food.
Perfect. I was praying you would. I'd just be like, I can see it. Just even you're just eating the pizza at work. Oh, you can't help yourself. Every bite of food, cereal, the children be like, "What the fuck's wrong with you today?"
You're on a plane and you're eating your pretzels, and there's only like 11 different modes.
Just like a couple good grunts, like like you're just getting it. Oh God, peanut.
I guess some of them are going to be pretty angry, thrusting moans.
Yeah, right. You're like, this one didn't consent, Mr. Peanut. Okay, you ready for your next one?
Yes.
I like the picking the moaning of food. This one's terrible. People are going to hate us for it. You ready?
Yep.
Okay.
You okay?
No, it's terrible. Okay, here we go. Would you rather get a throbbing erection every time you're near a child, or have to scream the N-word every time you hear the words "Freedom Convoy"?
Oh. So this is my predicament. I live in Alberta, so the words "Freedom Convoy" are everywhere all the time.
Come on, right? I think you can also supplant that if every time you have to say the N-word every time you hear the word Trudeau. There, I'm going to adjust it.
But I mean, I don't want to walk around with a boner in front of kids. Right?
And rumor has it, if you say the N-word around a Freedom Convoy, no one's going to care anyway.
This is true. It's true. Especially out in the prairie. They'll actually expect me to use that word.
They're like, listen, this is the pamphlet that you need to fucking fill out in order to get over here. What words do you use? Do any start with an N? You fit in.
See, I'm not like racist at all, and
No.
I'm not like judgy at all.
Oh, okay.
No, I mean, maybe.
You're clarifying the
I haven't
racism
had the
part.
opportunity yet. Maybe it's a kink. I don't know.
Oh,
Who knows?
Right?
I might have to edit that out.
Yeah, note to self, edit that out. Fuck me.
Take that out of the podcast. That's really good.
I told you it was a bad question.
Okay. Oh my God.
I got you in a rock and a hard place, don't I?
Do I want to be known as a pedophile or a racist?
Which one is that?
I think the more accepting term on planet Earth is racist over pedophile.
Yes.
The lifestyle of somebody who uses the N-word in Alberta whenever they heard Freedom Convoy, I'm pretty sure that I will get arrested somewhere down the line.
Yes.
And I would rather be in prison saying the N-word than in prison getting an erection with children.
Yeah, you get dead real quick.
Yeah.
I think you're making the smart move.
I am,
smart
but
decision.
Also, in prison, I definitely want to be known as the guy that says the N-word when people say that versus the guy that gets a throbbing erection.
Yeah, throbbing. Like, you're like, oh God, someone's got to touch it.
Feel the blood pumping through it. As I'm standing.
Right, you're going to have to take a couple of pokes in prison just to get around that one. Oh my God.
Yep, I'm going to be someone's prison bitch. I've already decided that's what's going to happen.
Fair enough. You know what? I've posed the penultimate question. It was terrible, and I know this, and I apologize, but I agree with your synopsis.
All right, I'm a food-eating, moaning
pervert. You're like, this sandwich in prison?
Wait. When I'm in prison, am I doing that in prison now?
Yeah.
Like,
You're so. Hey, you might be real popular though. You know, you can start a commissary.
I'd be really popular if that's how I ate in prison.
It's the meatloaf, guys.
Oh my God, you're giving me your dessert? Yeah.
Oh my God, terrible. Well, I love it.
I'm glad we had this conversation.
Me too. You know, I didn't know I needed to have it, but here it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I knew I needed to have it because, well, this is great conversation. Most of the time, I'm just talking to 15-year-old kids as they draw dicks on pizza boxes, and so it's like you forgot the vein in this one. I heard from Dora that you got to put a vein and a lot of pubes on the nuts.
Yeah, you got to show some skill and
Yeah.
observation. You know, come on.
And then she makes everybody watch the scene from Superbad where he draws dicks on everything. It's like,
Yeah.
this is how you
what
learn.
we're looking for.
right
Yes.
God damn
Exactly. So this week we've learned draw better dicks, kids. Okay, get a little effort.
And if you're gonna moan while you eat food, at least eroticize it.
Oh my God! Right? I think I'm just gonna start biting my lip after everything. Anyway, fuck it. Oh,
You're
Like-
in line at the bank to
Yeah,
like cash some sort of check.
$5, please.
They're like, okay, right this way, Miss Cote. You're like, oh yeah.
Do you have a pen? Fuck yeah.
You know what? I want to like put my GoPro on my shoulder and follow myself around for a day
Oh my
doing
God.
that, just to see the reactions of
It'd
people.
be fucking amazing. The moaning of the food. Could you imagine in a fucking restaurant just sitting there with French fries? Like just quiet. Oh. Just you really eat it just like
And you're just by yourself for dinner. You're not.
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
just-
Cops are being called.
I remember this one time I was in the bathroom at Walmart,
Oh my God.
and so there's two stalls, and then the special needs stall, right? So there's 3 stalls to take a dump in, and then I don't know how many urinals there are, but I'm in one of the stalls, and there's another guy next to me in a stall, right?
Yeah.
And I had this massive log just pop out, hit the water, and splash, and I went,
Ooh.
right?
I think I've seen this video.
The guy next to me, all I hear is muffled. Like he's trying to hide that he's laughing. And I was like, dude, it's okay. You can laugh. It's funny. I wipe and I get the fuck out of there before he sees who I am, because I don't want to be like, that's the dude that makes my pizza. Right?
Oh, you guys didn't hold hands into the stall and had a little fucking here we are the world. We are the world.
That's a story for another day.
Amazing. Amazing.
Well, did we learn a lot?
Well, I think we did. I think we've learned that your mom's a solid listener,
She
and
is.
we're gonna miss the other 3. It was nice knowing all you listeners.
Yep. My mom just needs new friends. That's all it is. Maybe this is the reason she keeps losing friends.
Yeah, right.
It's like, my son has this pod thing you need to listen to.
They're like,
And
oh
then
my
they-
God, no.
They spend 8 seconds listening to semen burgers and nipple cutting, and they're just like,
fuck.
really? That's what you're promoting,
They're like,
Heidi?
what's happening here? Why? Oh
That's
my
your kid?
God.
And you'd let him out? Like, he's okay to function
So,
on his
like,
own?
you didn't drown that in the pond when he was little enough?
I probably should have been.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Well, I want to thank you very much for taking the time out. It's
Oh, yeah,
always
no
nice
worries.
to chat.
I always have a good time yapping with you. Funny as fuck. Love it.
Well, let's schedule this again weekly, and I'll see if I can
Yes.
get Katie in on it, because she really, really, really wants to chat with you.
I'm here. I'm waiting. I need to meet her.
I've been getting like random texts because I've been doing like a best of like
yeah.
a season.
Oh,
so I'm
okay,
taking
cool.
Clips of different shows you've been on.
Oh,
they're-
okay.
I'm loading them to like, best of 8, best of 9. So every couple weeks I throw a clips show on,
You
and
should let me know when you do that.
I'll just get a random text, be like, "Oh my God, would you rather?" with Teapot and Dora laughing my ass off, and then I'm like, "Oh my God, that was a good one." It was about shitting your pants at a funeral.
Oh
or a
my
wedding.
God, yeah. Oh, there's a lot of explanation there. I need to.
And you're just like, who the fuck shits their pants? A fucking psycho? Who does that? I can't shit my pants. I'm not fucking crazy. I can't do it. I'm not gonna.
I'm not gonna.
I'd rather, sleep with the dude who I have to change his diaper when we have sex. Like that's what I'm
Oh
doing.
my God, I would. Fuck, terrible.
Imagine it was all 4 of your brothers had that kink, and you were the
Oh God, you know what? Then I'd be like, fuck it. I'd become the stoneworker, but then I'd just accidentally fall into the pit. I'd make it life short. I'd be like, fuck this shit. I'm shuffling myself off this mortal coil.
just bury me. I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done. Fuck it. I'll be in this catacomb first. See you guys
Well, I
later.
mean, if you think about it, they should really treat you really well. If you're the only sister, It's either they're having sex with you or their mom.
Right? Mom ain't putting up with their shit. They already came out of her once. You don't want them back in there.
I guess that's a discussion for another day as well.
And there you go, guys. Food for thought.
Yep. And knowing is half the battle.
Love it.
All right. I'm going to close this up, and I'm going to let you get on to your night, which is probably already late for you.
Yeah, it's about 11 o'clock here now.
Yeah, I'm going to let you go. I feel bad keeping you up.
It's all good. Well, it was good talking to you.
It is good.
All right. Okay.
Peace.
Peace.